Day. I need to silence my computer. There we go. Hi, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I wanted Fritzy to say Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. He's not impressed. Okay. So good morning, everybody. For those of you who are watching on the replay, this is FortuneKnitt Creations. I'm Kim, and this is a channel where we talk about everything to do with crafting. So from amigurumi to weaving and everything in between. If you like crafting and being creative, stick around. I think you're going to like it here. This is an episode of Coffee with Kim, so good morning. That's hot coffee, and look, I just spilled it on myself. Okay, so yes, I am all, oh man, I am all decked out. If you remember, these are the coffee koozies that I made. I decided to go a little retro, what was it, 80s, 90s, when we put these things on our t-shirts. Anyway, so that's fun. Let me check who's here this morning. So good morning to Lily and Karen and Lori and the other Karen and Debbie and Renee. Hi, everybody. Ignore my coffee drip on my shirt. Of course, it happens the first 2 seconds. I have so many things for you today. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm only a little Irish, and I only know that because I did that 23andMe, and it told me I was Irish. Yeah, Linda, I am wearing green, so nobody can pinch me. I guess that's a thing. So, good morning, Lynn. So, I'm trying to... all right, where do I want to start? Oh, my goodness. Let me start with something. Oh, let me take these off. No, I can't see. So let me start with something that happened yesterday. That was a once in a lifetime, oh my God moment where I just kind of stood there in awe. I couldn't grab my phone. I couldn't, because if I did, I would have missed the moment. So those of you that know me know I love birds. I'm just going to ignore it. You know what? Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to I'm going to put a shamrock over that. All right. Anyway, so yesterday turned out to be a really pretty day, right? So I didn't expect it. I thought it was going to be rainy and yucky. And so it turned out beautiful. So I was outside. So a lot of you know that I live right on the river, and we do have eagles and stuff around. So I look up and there's an adult eagle. And I'm like, oh, cool. So I'm watching him, and the next thing I know, there's another adult eagle. And they're flying, and they kind of interact, and I'm like, oh, you know, it's a territory thing. So they flew down to the field at the corner of my road, and they did the talon lock and spin. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I could not believe what I was seeing. Literally a once in a lifetime thing. I was just in awe. And that is something, you know, it's really exciting and really cool. And I was beside myself. And it's funny because you can tell people you saw it, but they just don't, it is the mating flight, but they're not actually mating. They are kind of like, and I looked it up. So they referenced it by saying it's kind of like you're going onto a dance-a-thon and you want to make sure that this partner is good enough to keep. So that's kind of what they're doing, is they're testing each other out. And that's what that is. I was so... I'm still, you know, like stupefied by it. It was really cool. So let's see if I could spill some more coffee on myself, shall we? So, want to talk about this? All right. So I figure if you've got kiddos coming over today, this is super easy. It takes 2 pipe cleaners. All right. Work with me here. So you take one of them and cut it in half, and you pinch it in the middle, okay? Twist. If you hear random birds in the background, Alexa, stop. Now you won't. So here we go. Okay, so you just pinch them together, poke the middle so it looks like a shamrock, and it doesn't have to be perfect because it's a craft, right? And then you do the same thing for the other one. Twist it in the middle. Are you still with me? Good morning, Dottie. All right, and this is just going to be cute. Like if the kids are waiting for the corned beef and cabbage to be done, you have kids over, you know, go ahead and make them a little shamrock ring or a bracelet. So here we go. Here's the shamrock. So you're just going to take the long one. No, I wish I was outside with the Burges, but so here we go. You can wrap it around a couple times. All right. Make sure you leave enough. Now, if it's a bracelet, you want to leave a longer tail, but for the ring, you just take it, put the stem out the side. Here we go. Take 2 seconds, right? Here we go. Wrap it around the little fingers. And here you have it. There's your little shamrock ring. Super easy. All you got to do is shape it. The kids are going to love it. So yeah, if you want something to do with the kiddos, there you go. I was feeling crafty this morning, as you can tell. I tried to do this a little better. Those of you that are just coming in, this is actually hiding a coffee stain this morning. It just happened. Oh, you guys are fun. So there's a good question. How many of you are either making or eating corned beef and cabbage today? I used to make it once a year, obviously, and we just had so many leftover and so much going on that it wasn't worth it. So if I really want corned beef and cabbage, there's a local restaurant in town, and I can just order at dinner and have it. But I don't do it anymore. Ham, cabbage, and potato soup. Yum, Renee. So, Lily, you're cooking. Yeah. So, here's a memory for you. And my sister Linda is on here. So, Lynn, let me know if you remember this. I can remember walking into our grandmother's house, and you can hear the pressure cooker, which was terrifying, by the way. I was so afraid of that pressure cooker. It was like the first one ever made, and it had this thing on the top, and it was terrible. But anyway, the whole house smelled like it. But that's the one thing I remember is my plate. It always seemed way too big, way too much. It was terrifying, right? It was terrifying. You're just waiting for it to blow off. And then I could remember my plate, and Grandma would put the corned beef and some cabbage and some potatoes and some mustard. So that's the biggest memory I have of my gram. Ham on St. Patrick's Day. Miso soup, yum. Yeah, Linda's back in the hot tub. Are you back in the hot tub, Lynn? So our other sister was supposed to join us, but I'm thinking she's still sleeping. But anyway, so yeah, that was a memory of corned beef and cabbage for me. And I never knew what those little beads were. I think it's, is it mustard seasoning? Those of you that cook, let me know. I still to this day don't know. Because to be honest, when I say I cook it once a year, it's Mr. Fortunate that cooks it once a year. I'll do the potatoes and I'll do the cabbage. But yeah, okay, the pickling spices. Thank you. Thank you. I knew you guys would know. So anyway, we have done the crafting. We've talked about eagles. I actually have a whole plethora of stuff to talk to you guys about. So yeah, any of you use the pressure cooker anymore? Are they still allowed anymore? Those things are terrifying. Hi, Steve. My brother-in-law's in the background. You should log in, Steve, so that you can chat with us. Be the only guy on the station so far. Oh, all right. So the spice pack comes with the meat. All right. I get you. I got it. So it's a little yucky out this morning. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be headed. Are they safer? I don't know. They say the word pressure cooker and I get terrified. I can remember that thing. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So, yeah, so pressure cookers, no thank you. I will do a slow cooker, but I'm not gonna do it. They're terrifying. So yesterday I told you I was out after I saw the eagles and I stood in the road like my neighbors, I don't know what they think. I can't imagine. They're probably like, what is she doing now? But after I saw the eagles and I was in awe for a little bit, I decided to rake out my roses. And I got a nice visit from Lori, who's on here. Thank you. That was a nice visit. So we got to chat for a little bit, and I showed her my gardens and stuff. But I raked out a lot. First, I cleaned the carport. Every year, I let it get dirty, and I know it's going to be a mess, and I know it's going to be a pain in the buttocks to clean. But anyway, I digress. So now I move on to the gardens, and I raked out all of my roses, and I can confirm that all of my 23 free rose bushes are all living and well, and some of them even have little red nubby buds on them. So I'm very excited. I actually moved 2 Rose of Sharon rose bushes yesterday. They were just in a bad spot, so I moved them. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see my finger? See how red it is? So I was pulling them up. I don't know. I bruised it or who knows. Anyway, so I was on a bunch of live after. Oh, they're so pretty. Yeah, the roses are, and I got them all by accident, you know. So, anyway, so where was I? So I was watching a lot of lives, and sometimes when you're on the lives, it tends to turn into a complaint factory. First of all, if that ever happens here, tell me you're hanging up because I don't want to be that. Secondly, it got me thinking that a lot of us have the same aches and pains. A lot of us do needlework, crochet, knit, the plastic, which let me show you that first before I get into the next thing. So I've been working on this plastic. I just want to show you how far I got. Yesterday I told you I wanted to be finished by today. That's not happening. But I have 2 full sides and the bottom on. So the handle's going to be blue. And yeah, so there's that. So, okay. So, and that will be my only thing I ever do on this canvas. I don't love it. Renee, it's a lot like cross stitch, and you know I don't love that. So, thank you. Yeah, so hopefully that'll be his Easter basket forever. You know, thank you, Karen. Thanks, Lynn. Like I said, this will be my last one because I'm not enjoying this. It's a lot like cross stitch, and I'm really bad at cross stitch. Yeah, and the more I do it, I can't. Well, I don't have to approve Steve, do I? Steve, just go into YouTube. I don't understand. Anyway, so yeah, I won't be doing another one of these. I'm glad this will be my one and only, and I can hopefully have it for him for years. But it is a lot like cross stitch. So then it got me thinking, man, it hurts my hands. My hands are killing me. And then on the lives, everybody's complaining of the same thing. My thumbs hurt here, my hands hurt, whatever. So I'm like, there's got to be a way. Bear with me now. Stick with me here. So athletes that repeat the same motion over and over and over again, they have exercises that they do before they do their sport. Well, I I did some research and I found some Craftercizes that we should do before and during crocheting and needlework. So the first one I have is the neck rolls. Okay, I call it rubbernecking. So all you're gonna do is just move your neck, because how long do you sit like this, right? So if you just take your neck and do this, are you gonna do it with me? Come on, everybody do it with me. So here we go. We've got the neck rolls. We're rubbernecking. The next one reminds me of, oh yeah, I just can't. I don't know how to do that, Lynn. I think, Steve, I think you can just log into YouTube. It's not like Facebook where I have to approve you. I don't think. If so, Renee should be able to do it. Renee, do you see Steve trying to get in? Anyway, okay, so we did rubbernecking. Actually feels good. And you should do this if you're crocheting or needle pointing or looking down for any length of time. Just give yourself a break and stretch your neck. Okay, the next one, we're going to work all the way down. So it's your shoulders. So you want to just roll your shoulders. I did notice last night as I was on my 4th or 5th hour of this project here with the Easter basket, my shoulders. So I just started doing this and it feels better. So we've got shoulder wrap. Okay. The next one is fun. It's your disco elbows. So now remember those of us that made it through the disco age, right? Or you're cheerleading. Rah, rah. I like to crochet. Here we go. Right? So you do a bunch of those. Make sure your elbows aren't getting too tight. Because again, I am Richard Simmons. We're sweating to the crochet. No, I won't do that. Anyway, so here we go. All right, the next one is your wrist. We're just going to get your wrist going. And I'm telling you, everybody that was on these lives was complaining of the same pain. And I did some research. I'm by no means any medical person, but it can't hurt to stretch your hands. And the last one is jazzy hands. You ready? So you just make sure you get your fingers going, right? Each finger. And that loosens you up. That loosens you up. There you go. So Steve, Jeffrey says to just hit subscribe, which you should anyway. You should already be subscribed to me. Hello, everybody. Speaking of that, we're up over, I think it's 932 subscribers. So please, if you're in here, give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe. That helps. I am trying to get... So does everybody feel a little more loose? Hey, you know what? I figured if we're all complaining of the same aches and pains, something has to give, right? So we'll just make our little crochetercizes here. So, hello, Johan. How are you? So yeah, there we have it. A little bit of crochetercizes with Kim. I will never do them again, I promise. You never know. I will try to never do them again, but really, I think it's a pretty good idea. Perhaps if I had done that, I wouldn't have done whatever I did to my finger yesterday, right? So, my disco elbow. So good news is I haven't had to have a cough drop all day so far. Knock on wood. The antibiotics must be doing their job. Is there still a coffee stain? Can you still see it? No, so I could take that off. I was hiding my coffee stain. It's soaked in. And there we have it. All better. Well, thank you, Debbie. I really, like I said, I was on those other channels. And I do watch a lot of the other lives just so I can get an idea of what they're doing. you know, just try to get an idea of how other people handle it, what they talk about, what they do. And it really turned into a this hurts, that hurts, this, da 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 da. And I was like, wow, I don't ever want to do that. So, like I said, if I ever get into that, stop me. Oh, stop. Somebody stop me. Let me put my ring back on. It's very fancy. I have to be honest, this was actually a craft I was going to do with the kindergartners that I was teaching. But they ended up going outside. They ended up going outside for recess, so I didn't get the chance to do it. So, Crystal, if you're watching, go ahead and do these. I will show you again if you want to know. Speaking of Crystal, I want to say thank you to Crystal and her whole family, because Crystal went and bought me a cup of coffee, actually several, and it was really nice. Her message was, thank you for all the great ideas, keep them coming. So, yeah, Renee, it looks like you're busy, I'm sorry. So, yeah, I'm really sorry. You do seem that you're busy. But you're good. You're very good at this. If anybody else wants to volunteer to be a moderator to help Renee with what's going on here, let me know. I do have one other moderator. It's Margaret, but she's not on here today. So, hi, Steven. It's about time you figured it out. Subscribe to my channel. So, again, Stephen, are you cooking today? I bet you are. Yeah, so I mean, it's supposed to be rainy and gross out, but the sky is turning blue. So if it gets really blue, yeah. Your wife did. Oh, very nice, Stephen. If it gets really nice out, I might end up out in the gardens again, but I really, really want to go to Goodwill. I always say to myself, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. And then in the back of my head, it's like, what if you're missing a treasure? There could be a treasure there that you don't know about. So, there is another channel that I just found, and I love her. It's called AltKnot, ALTKNOT, AltKnot. If I can find her, I will put her up, because she's just, when you first look, I mean, she's a young girl and she likes to dress in like the, what is it, the darker colors, like Halloween garb and stuff like that. But she is smart. So it's Alt, A-L-T, not K-N-O-T. Check her out. I'm going to try, let me see if I can, I know I'm looking down at the bottom of my glasses like I'm 100. I'm so sorry. I'm just here. Let me see. I found her. Let me see if I can share. Share. Haha. Let's see if this works. Copy. Over here. Yeah, I know. It's 20 minutes in and you got all the, you get your hands full. Let's see if that works. Anyway, check her out, because when I first saw the channel, I was like, oh, wait, what is she doing? And then I started watching her, and she's really, really good. So I've been watching a lot of her stuff for the past couple of days. You know, all of us, well, most of us watch the main channels, and we all know who they are, but it's kind of cool to see, all the other channels that are out there. Like I just found her, and there's a couple others. It's nice to see different ways of different people doing our crafts. And with me, it's like all different crafts. So I turned to her at first because I like to use my adding machine more. Those of you that don't know, an adding machine is actually a knitting machine. So I don't knit. I've tried to knit. I'm really, really bad at it. Like I can cast on and I can do one row. And then I'm like, I can't do anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. So I bought an Addy. I bought two different sizes, the 46, I think, and the 26. So I'd like to use them more. I've used them to make a couple amigurumi and a couple bags. But on that channel that I just put the link to, she actually just made a sweater. And it's really cute. So I'm trying to not start another project, so I'm going to write down that I want to make a sweater on the Addy. It's really cool. So Lynn and Steve, I have the green yarn back there. Renee, right there. Karen, I haven't found a spot. Maybe it'll go. I haven't found another spot for yours because, like I said, I use it every single day for my pens and stuff. So I don't have a spot on camera for it, but I will find one. Even if I hold it for a whole episode. I want you to know, first of all, since I've been doing this project with the plastic, now I know how much work you put into that. Are you kidding me? I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. We'll just stop there. I can't even imagine how much work you put into that. He's put a goat up. Remember, everybody, I think I just said it. Maybe I didn't, but thummies, if you're in, please. Well, I want you to know, though, that I do use it every single, I'm looking right at it. I do use it every single day. So I love it. Love it, love it. You can... Good point. So this, you guys see Lori on here. This is a box of yarn barf that I forgot to give you yesterday. I was going to give it to you, and I forgot to give it to you. Lori loves to untangle things. So, so I will put it right here. Actually, I'll probably fill that with yarn. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? We know me better than that, right? I'm actually hoping that Goodwill has some. I like the very vintage yarn. That's really not soft at all because I use it for dishcloths and stuff like that. So those ones that I've made out of the orange that I found they're great. I use them every single day in the sink in the kitchen. So. So I was told by all the neighbors that winter's coming back this week. Have we heard, are we getting snow again? Well, I know, Lynn and Steve, where you live, you'll have snow through August. Sorry. It's not funny. It's a little funny. It's not funny. I'm just dying to get my camper out and over and set up and parked, but I know it's just too cold. Tuesday is the first day of spring. So we'll be in the 40s. All right, Lily, where are you again? I know that Karen has a ton of snow. A ton still, but it's starting to melt. You're in Ohio, yeah. Ruth is in Ohio. Good morning, Ruth. I don't know that I've said hi to you today. I am so sorry. Good morning. Southern Mass. Oh, all right. So you're, yeah, Northeast. We're in the Northeast where, it can be summer one day and winter the next, which actually it's done like in the past week or so. One day it was 70. The next day it was so cold I didn't even step outside. I'm like, I can't. I do think, though, that the river, March and April they're just mean because one day it's beautiful, the next day it's awful. So you really don't know. No wonder I got a cold. But I do feel so much better. And hopefully I will get over and hug that grandbaby within a couple days. Tuesday is the first day of spring, so there's hope that maybe snow is done. It's almost 70 there, Debbie. Nice. Good for you. Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Today,
49.
Expect a high of 53 degrees.
All right, so it's 46. It should be 53 by the end of the day. Almost 70. Wow. 72 is like my favorite. I have to admit, by the end of summer, I'm done sweating. So I love September, because that's the month where it's kind of not bad and kind of, I don't know. I think September is my favorite month. I used to say August is my favorite month, but it gets hot. I say August because it's my birthday month. And then I have to count back the years to see how old I am because I forget. So I'm like, okay, this minus the, okay, so this year is my 40-year high school graduation. 40 years. That's crazy. Melissa, there you are. Hello. Don't you worry about being so late. Although you did miss the Craftercizes. So I highly recommend that you rewind. What is it, 1984? Rewind, be kind, rewind. And watch it from the beginning because there's some fun exercises. Plus, you're going to want to know what I'm doing with this. And these things are just so silly. I can't. Yeah, 50th, yeah. So I went to a class reunion with my sisters last summer and my brother-in-law. And it wasn't for my class, but I went with them as their date. So it was kind of fun. It was neat. And the funny thing is that my high school reunion is going to be in the same place, at the same location. So, oh, well, thank you, Melissa. Remember, everybody, I'm just over halfway with my watch hours. It's rough. It's I'm trying to get just enough. So that'll do, Lynn. That'll do. So I'm trying to get all my watch hours up so I can be a full channel. I'm trying to think, once I get to be a full channel and I can do a members, I'm trying to think of some fun stuff that we can do as members. That'll do it. That was fun though. We did have a good time. So, oh my goodness. I'm just trying to think. I had so much written down. I thought for sure I'd be talking your ear off. Oh, I do have a fun craft story. Yeah, well, I do get credit for, yes, you can rewatch them. Full disclosure, I actually have an extra iPad here and I just put them on in the background and let them run. If they're going to make me have 4,000 hours, I'm going to cheat any way I can. So, I mean, come on. I've got so many videos and all that stuff, so I think I've earned it. But anyway, I think it'll be fun to have a members only. I mean, other channels have it, but I want to do fun stuff for the members. Like members only lives or whatever. I don't know. I'll get there when I get there, right? Don't put the cart before the horse. I almost said don't put the horse before the cart, but that's pretty much where it should be. You know, if you can't laugh at yourself, you can't laugh at others. And I laugh at myself every day. I really do. I crack myself up every day. That way I don't feel bad when I laugh at others. Right? So. Yes, Ruth, it does. Yep, it does. Okay, Karen. That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to subscribe. But yes, Ruth, if you watch them again, you do get credit. I do get credit. Yeah. So, like I said, I just put it on and while I'm crafting, I'll have myself on. And you know what? It's also good for me because I'm listening to myself. I can hear how I'm changing. I mean, I've only been doing this since December, right? And I can see the difference in just my comfort level and my hair. My hair was terrible. Why did you guys even watch? It was awful back then. I don't even know what I was thinking, getting in front of the camera with that hair. So, that's funny. All right, so I have a fun craft story to share with you. How things just come back in your head. So I can remember it was 5th grade. Now, my mom was busy with life. I mean, like I said, I was the youngest of 6 kids. So literally, if I was breathing, she was fine. So I had art that day, and I can remember that the art teacher had said for the next class, you need to bring straws and cards and string. So Mom never got them for me. She was busy. She was doing other stuff. So here comes the bus, right? The bus, I can see it up. We'd always yell, bus. So I could see it, and now I'm panicking. So now remember, it was straws, cards, and string. So we had the old broom. It was a straw broom. So I took scissors, I grabbed the broom, and I cut that straw. So I had straw. And then, what did I use for the cardboard? There was a box sitting around, and I cut cards. I cut it in 2, and I had 2 cards. And then the string, I can't remember what I did for that, but I got on that bus, and I was like, I have my straws, and I have my cards. And it turned out to be not at all what I needed. But even back then, I was being creative. Cereal box. Linda, do you remember that? I remember that I was mortified because everybody else had those plastic straws and playing cards. And here I walk in with a cereal box cut in half or in 4 and a handful of the broom. Oh my gosh. I remember that day, but you know what? I didn't show up with nothing. I showed up with it. That's so funny. I can't believe you remember that. That's really funny. I can remember my brother, back then, kids all went on the bus at the same time. So it wasn't like a different time for elementary. So I can remember the first time. I know you can. I remember the first time getting on the bus. My brother picked me up by the hood, walked me to my seat, set me down. Although in their defense, the kindergartens had to sit in the front. It was a great memory. And I just can't believe my sister remembers that. That's funny. So yeah, there's some fun times. But you know what? My point of the story is even back then I was trying to be creative, and I had to do what I had to do. I can't remember what we were making. Obviously, I didn't make it that day. I think a couple of my friends, who I'm still friends with today, yeah, they shared theirs with me. So, yeah, that was 5th grade. That's funny. Good times, great memories. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Come on, guys. That's funny. Anybody else have a fun, creative moment that you remember? Let me know. Send it to me in my email if you would, because that's fun. Let me give you a copy of my email. And you can send me an email, because that's just fun. I love stories like that, and maybe I can share them all. That's what I could do. If you guys want to share a fun crafting moment where you had to improvise, you had to be creative to get what you needed done. Here we go. Paste that. Enter. There you go. So if you can share that with me, you're nice. Oh, I can also, you guys are talking about moms. I can also remember, I think it was fifth grade. Fifth grade was a thing. So my mom went through a phase where she would braid ribbon right into my hair. So I look like Laura Ingalls, but like clown version, because I had colored ribbon braided right into my head. Oh my God. That is so funny, Karen. That is awesome. See, those are fun stories. I want to share the stories with everybody. Book reports. You always just read the last page and tried to. Did teachers know we did that? Of course they know we did that, right? Come on. Oh, that's so fun. That's really good memories. I love that. I love that. So how many of you have a St. Patrick's Day parade in your area today? We had the big one here yesterday. It's in the capital, Albany. It's really a mess. When I haven't been to it in about 20 years, and I don't think I'll ever go again. But I mean, I love Irish music and stuff like that, but for the most part, it just turns into a big drink fest. And it's the one day of the year when they really don't enforce the don't have open container and all that stuff. So it's a little too crazy for me. I love parades, but I wouldn't go to that one. Oh, wow, a half marathon? Yes, Lynn, that counts. But I mean, I love the bagpipes, although the sound of the bagpipe, because Albany, like the police department, I think, police and fire, they have a big bagpipe band. And they're absolutely beautiful, amazing. But bagpipes make me cry. Does that surprise you? Bagpipes make me cry all the time. It doesn't matter what song. It could be the happiest song ever. And I'm crying because it's bagpipes. Whatever. Yes, Linda. It does count. Not by you, though, Lynn. You live out in the boondocks, right? Lily, are you in the marathon or do you go watch? See, I would be the one sitting in a chair watching because I don't run. I always said, if something's chasing me and I have to run, I'm done because I'll run about 10 feet and be like, you got me. That's cool. That's really neat. I do like St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, I've never been. Sorry, I think it's time for a cough drop. See, I knew I jinxed myself. That's it. You just say, oh, I feel better, and then all of a sudden, cough drop. I do feel better. So, speaking of landing on St. Patrick's Day, Easter this year is landing on my daughter's birthday. Not happy about that. First, she has to share it with her son because he's new, okay? And now she's got to share her birthday with Easter, so she's not happy, but that's all right. I've never been able to run a marathon. I can remember, I think it was 7th or 8th grade, I thought I'd try out for track. Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. I did all the short distances, so I was pretty good at like the 100-yard dash. Is that it? Yeah. Other than that, not so much. So, all right, everybody. I think I have talked your ears off enough. Plus, I feel a coughing fit coming on, so I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Remember, please, before you check out, can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a subscribe if you have not? And please share. I'm trying to hit 1,000 by May 1st, and we're getting close. Everybody have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for starting your Sunday with me. It really means a lot. Thank you again, Crystal and Ruth And everybody that stopped over to the Buy Me a Cup of Coffee, that counts as happy mail. Yes, it does, and it means a lot. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate your time, and I really appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Remember, be creative. Bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.